The warning lights flashed red across the bridge of the UES Liberty. Admiral Jake Morrison gripped the arms of his command chair as another report came through the speakers. The colony at New Geneva was gone, every last person dead or captured. The alien ships had torn through their defenses like paper. "Sir, we're receiving the final transmission from Kepler Station," said Lieutenant Amy Brooks, her voice shaking. She was young, barely out of the academy, and Morrison could see the fear in her eyes. Morrison nodded grimly. "Put it through." The speakers crackled to life with screams and explosions. Then a voice, calm but desperate. "This is Commander Blake, at Kepler Station. They're everywhere. Our weapons aren't working. The ships are healing themselves faster than we can damage them. Tell Earth. Tell them we tried." The transmission cut to static. Morrison closed his eyes for a moment. In 3 weeks, humanity had lost 6 colonies. The Zephyrian Empire was moving toward Earth like a tide of death, and nothing seemed able to stop them. Their bioships were alive somehow, growing new armor when the old was destroyed. Human weapons that should have torn them apart barely scratched their hulls. "Admiral," called out Navigation Officer Danny Foster from across the bridge. "Long-range sensors are picking up the enemy fleet. They're 2 days out from the Mars defense grid." 2 days. Morrison felt the weight of humanity's survival pressing down on him. The Mars grid was their last real defense before Earth itself. If it fell, there would be nowhere left to run. "Get me a secure line to Luna Base," Morrison ordered. "Priority, Alpha clearance." The communications officer worked quickly, and soon a familiar face appeared on the main screen. Dr. Lisa Parker looked tired. She had been working around the clock for months, ever since the first alien attacks began. "Jake," she said quietly, "I saw the reports. How bad is it?" "Bad enough that I'm calling you," Morrison replied. "Is it ready?" Dr. Parker hesitated. "The ship is complete. The weapon systems are installed and tested, but Jake, you know what this means. If we use it, there's no going back. We'll be crossing a line that no one in the galaxy has ever crossed." Morrison stared at the tactical display showing the approaching alien fleet. Thousands of ships, each one capable of destroying entire cities. They had tried diplomacy. They had tried conventional warfare. Nothing worked against an enemy that could heal any damage and adapt to any weapon. "The line was crossed when they decided to wipe out our entire species," Morrison said. "How long do you need?" "The crew is already standing by. Captain Ryan Cole is reviewing the final mission parameters now. We can launch within the hour." Morrison nodded. "Do it. And Lisa, make sure Cole understands what he's volunteering for. This isn't a normal mission." "He knows," Dr. Parker said softly. "They all know." Deep beneath the surface of Luna Base, Captain Ryan Cole stood in the briefing room reading the most classified document in human history. The ship he was about to command didn't exist in any official records. The weapon it carried had never been tested in real combat. The mission he was about to undertake would either save humanity or damn it forever. The door opened and Dr. Parker entered, followed by a small group of officers. Cole recognized some of them from their files. Engineer Tony Martinez, who had helped design the ship's power systems. Lieutenant Amy Brooks, who had volunteered for the tactical position. Navigation Officer Danny Foster, who could plot courses through space that others couldn't even imagine. "Gentlemen, lady," Cole said, setting down the briefing packet. "You've all read the mission specs. You know what we're being asked to do. Anyone who wants to leave can do so now, with no questions asked and no shame." No one moved. "The Harbinger isn't like other ships," Cole continued. "It wasn't built to fight battles or protect colonies. It was built for one purpose: to end things, completely. The weapon we carry doesn't just destroy targets, it erases them from existence." Tony Martinez shifted uncomfortably. "Captain, I've been working on the power systems for 2 years. I know what this thing can do. The question is, should we do it?" Cole looked at each of them in turn. "The aliens have made their choice. They want to wipe out every human being in the galaxy. They've already killed millions of our people. They're not interested in surrender or peace talks. They want us extinct." "So we make them extinct first?" asked Danny Foster. "We make them understand that attacking humanity comes with a price they're not willing to pay," Cole replied. "Dr. Parker's weapon can destroy their entire fleet in one activation. No survivors, no wreckage, no trace that they ever existed. Dr. Parker spoke up. The cascade generator creates a field that breaks down the forces holding matter together. Everything in the field simply stops existing. It's not an explosion or a fire. It's like reality itself just switches off. The room fell silent as everyone absorbed this information. There's something else you need to know, Dr. Parker continued. The containment systems for the weapon are experimental. We're not sure how many times it can be used before the ship itself is destroyed. This might be a one-way mission. Cole studied the faces around him. Fear, determination, and something else. A quiet acceptance that this was humanity's last chance. The alien fleet will reach Earth in 2 days, Cole said. We launch in 1 hour. The Harbinger will intercept them at the edge of the Mars defense grid. We'll show them what happens when you try to end the human race. As his crew filed out to prepare for launch, Cole remained behind with Dr. Parker. Any regrets about building it? He asked. Dr. Parker looked at the technical specifications spread across the table. Every day. But then I remember the screams from New Geneva, and I know we didn't have a choice. Sometimes the only way to defend something is to make the cost of attacking it too high to bear. Cole nodded. The Harbinger will do that. One way or another, this war ends today. Outside, the Harbinger waited in its hidden dock, its black hull absorbing light like a hole in space. Soon, it would carry humanity's final gamble to the stars, and the galaxy would learn what humans were truly capable of when pushed to the edge of extinction. The Harbinger slipped out of its hidden dock like a shadow moving through space. Captain Ryan Cole watched the asteroid belt fall away behind them as his ship headed toward its destiny. The vessel moved differently than other human ships. Where military cruisers were loud and bright, the Harbinger was silent and dark. Its black hull seemed to drink in the light of distant stars. All systems are green, Captain, reported engineer Tony Martinez from his station. The exotic matter containment is holding steady. Power levels are at maximum. Cole nodded, but his eyes stayed fixed on the tactical display. Somewhere ahead of them, the alien fleet was racing toward Earth. Thousands of bioships that could heal themselves faster than human weapons could hurt them. Ships that had already destroyed 6 human colonies without losing a single vessel. Lieutenant Amy Brooks ran her hands over the weapon controls, studying readouts that would have confused any other tactical officer in the fleet. Captain, I have to ask. Are we really going to do this? I mean, completely erase them from existence? That's the mission, Cole said quietly. But I understand your concerns. What we're carrying isn't just a weapon. It's something that could change how war is fought forever. In the ship's engineering section, Tony Martinez worked with his team to monitor the cascade generator. The device sat in the center of the ship like a metal heart, surrounded by containment fields and power conduits. It didn't look dangerous. In fact, it looked almost simple compared to the complex missile systems and energy weapons on normal warships. How does it work exactly? Asked one of the younger engineers, Petty Officer Sam Kelly. Martinez checked his readings before answering. Dr. Parker explained it to me once. Everything in the universe is held together by forces. The force that keeps atoms stuck together. The force that holds molecules in place, even the force that keeps space and time working properly. The cascade generator finds those forces and just turns them off. Kelly looked confused. Turns them off? Like flipping a switch, Martinez said. Everything in the field stops being held together. Ships, people, planets, even empty space itself. It all just falls apart into the smallest pieces possible, and then those pieces fall apart too. Back, on the bridge, Navigation Officer Danny Foster was plotting their course to intercept the alien fleet. Captain, I'm picking up long-range signals from the Mars defense grid. Admiral Morrison is moving all available ships to form a battle line. How many ships? Cole asked. 43 cruisers and destroyers, maybe 200 smaller vessels. Cole did the math in his head. The human fleet was outnumbered 20-1. Even if every human ship fought perfectly, they wouldn't last an hour against the alien bioships. Sir, Amy Brooks called out. I'm detecting the alien advanced scouts. 3 squadrons moving fast toward our position. Cole studied the sensor. Readings. 12 alien ships, their biohulls pulsing with life. These were the same type of vessels that had destroyed the colonies. Ships that could adapt to any weapon, heal any damage, and keep fighting no matter how much punishment they took. "They've seen us," Danny Foster reported. "The lead squadron is changing course to intercept." Cole felt his heart rate increase. This was it, the first test of humanity's ultimate weapon. "All stop. Hold position and wait for them to come to us." "Sir?" Amy Brooks looked confused. "Shouldn't we maneuver? Try to gain a tactical advantage?" "The Harbinger doesn't need tactical advantages," Cole said. "We just need them to get close enough." On the alien command ship, General Thakmore studied the readings from his scouts. The human vessel was small, much smaller than their usual warships. Its energy signature was almost nothing. It carried no visible weapons, no missile tubes, no energy cannons. "A single ship," he said to his aide. "They send one ship against our entire fleet." "Perhaps it carries some kind of message," suggested the aide. "A surrender offer." General Thakmore's crystalline features shifted in what might have been amusement. "Humans do not surrender. They fight until they die. This ship is probably carrying explosives. A suicide attack. Should we destroy it from long range?" "No. Send Squadron 7 to capture it intact. I want to question the crew before we execute them." The alien ships moved closer to the Harbinger, their biohulls rippling with anticipation. These vessels had never been defeated in battle. Their living armor could adapt to any attack, growing thicker where enemies fired and sprouting new weapons where they were needed. 2 minutes to contact," Amy Brooks reported. Her voice was steady, but Cole could see her hands shaking slightly. "Tony, how's our power situation?" Cole asked over the comm. "Containment is perfect, Captain. The exotic matter is stable. All we need is your order." Cole watched the alien ships approach. They were beautiful in their own way, flowing and organic, like living creatures swimming through space. In a few moments, they would cease to exist completely. "Captain," Danny Foster said quietly, "once we do this, there's no going back. The whole galaxy will know what we're capable of." "The galaxy already knows we're good at dying," Cole replied. "Maybe it's time they learned we're good at other things too." The alien squadron entered the Cascade generator's maximum range. Cole could see them clearly now on the main screen. 12 ships, each one carrying hundreds of alien warriors. Living vessels that had never known defeat. "Amy, prepare to activate the Cascade generator." "Aye, sir. Weapon is armed and ready." Cole took a deep breath. In the next few seconds, he would either save humanity or damn it forever. The choice had already been made. Back on Luna Base. Back when the aliens decided to wipe out every human in the galaxy. Fire. Amy Brooks pressed the activation control. The Harbinger shuddered slightly as the Cascade generator came to life. On the main screen, the approaching alien ships continued their advance, unaware that they had just entered a field where the laws of physics themselves were about to change. "Cascade field is expanding," Tony Martinez reported from engineering. "Containment is holding. Field will reach the first target in 5 seconds. Cole watched the countdown timer. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. The alien ship simply vanished. No explosion. No flash of light. No debris floating in space. One moment they were there, and the next moment they were gone, as if they had never existed at all. "Targets eliminated," Amy Brooks whispered. "Complete destruction. No survivors, no wreckage, no energy signatures." Cole stared at the empty space where 12 warships and their crews had been moments before. The Cascade generator had worked exactly as Dr. Parker had promised. The alien ships hadn't been destroyed. They had been erased. "Signal from the alien fleet," Danny Foster reported. "They're demanding to know what happened to their scouts." Cole smiled grimly. "Tell them they're about to find out." General Thakmore stared at his tactical display in disbelief. The 12 ships of Squadron 7 had simply disappeared. No wreckage, no energy readings, no distress signals. One moment they were approaching the human vessel, and the next moment They were gone. Run a full sensor sweep, he ordered his bridge crew. Find those ships. His tactical officer, a spider-like being called Vexhai, worked frantically at the controls. Sir, there's nothing there. No debris, no energy signatures, no trace of any kind. It's like they never existed. That's impossible, Thakmor said. Ships don't just vanish. Even if they were destroyed completely, there would be some kind of trace. But the sensors told the same story over and over. Where Squadron 7 had been, there was now only empty space. Not even the background radiation that filled the universe was present in that area. It was a perfect void, as if reality itself had been switched off. On the Harbinger, Captain Cole and his crew were dealing with their own shock. They had known what the cascade generator was supposed to do, but seeing it happen was different from reading about it in technical reports. Captain? Engineer Tony Martinez called from the engine room. I'm seeing some unusual readings from the containment system. The exotic matter is more unstable than we expected. How unstable? Cole asked. Each time we fire the weapon, it puts stress on the containment field. Dr. Parker's calculations were based on theory, not real combat use. I think we might have fewer shots than planned. Cole felt a chill run down his spine. The mission plan called for multiple uses of the cascade generator to destroy the alien fleet in sections. If the weapon could only be fired a few times before the ship was destroyed, they would need to be very careful about their targets. How many more times can we use it, he asked. Martinez ran some quick calculations. Maybe 3 more activations before catastrophic failure. 4, if we're lucky. On the bridge, Lieutenant Amy Brooks was monitoring the alien fleet's movements. Captain, they're spreading out. Looks like they're trying to figure out what happened to their scouts. Cole studied the tactical display. The alien fleet was massive, stretching across thousands of kilometers of space. Even with the cascade generator's wide area of effect, they couldn't destroy the entire fleet in 3 or 4 shots. Danny, plot a course toward their main battle group, Cole ordered. We need to hit their command ships first. Navigation Officer Danny Foster looked worried. Sir, if we get too close to the main fleet, they'll surround us. We won't be able to escape. We're not planning to escape, Cole said quietly. Our job is to hurt them so badly that they can't continue the attack on Earth. Meanwhile, the alien fleet was beginning to panic. Word of Squadron 7's disappearance spread quickly through the bioships. The living vessels themselves seemed nervous, their hulls pulsing with agitated colors. General Thakmor received an urgent communication from Emperor Vexthul himself. The supreme leader of the Zephyrian Empire appeared on the main screen, his multiple eyes focused intently on the situation. General, what is the status of your advance toward Earth? The Emperor asked. We have encountered an unexpected problem, my lord. The humans have deployed a new type of weapon. One of our squadrons has been completely destroyed with no survivors. Completely destroyed? The Emperor's voice carried surprise. How is that possible? Our bioships can regenerate from any damage. That's just it, my lord. They weren't damaged. They were erased. There's no trace left that they ever existed. The Emperor was silent for a long moment. Send more ships to investigate this human vessel. Use caution, but I want to know what we're dealing with. Yes, my lord. Thakmor turned to his fleet commanders. Squadron 12 and Squadron 15 approach the human ship. Maintain maximum distance and be ready to retreat at the first sign of danger. The 2 squadrons moved slowly toward the Harbinger, their bioships rippling with defensive patterns. These were veteran crews who had fought in dozens of battles across the galaxy. They knew how to handle dangerous enemies, but they had never faced anything like the cascade generator. Captain Cole watched the approaching alien ships on his main screen. 24 vessels this time, moving more carefully than the first group. The aliens were learning, but they still didn't understand what they were really facing. Amy, charge the weapon again, Cole ordered. Aye, sir. Cascade generator is powering up. Tony Martinez's voice came over the comm from engineering. Captain, I'm seeing more stress fractures in the containment system. This activation is going to push us closer to the failure point. Understood. How much time do we have? The field will be ready in 30 seconds. Cole watched the alien ships creep closer. They were being more cautious now, but caution wouldn't save them from a weapon that erased matter itself. "Sir," Danny Foster reported, "the alien main fleet is moving. Looks like they're trying to position themselves for a long-range bombardment." Cole nodded. The aliens were smart. They were going to try to destroy the Harbinger from a distance beyond the range of the Cascade generator. It was a good plan, except for one problem. "Amy, expand the field to maximum range. I want to catch all 24 ships in one activation." "Sir, that will drain our power reserves significantly. We might not have enough for another full power shot." "Do it anyway. We need to send a message that distance won't save them." The Cascade generator reached full power, and Cole gave the order. The field expanded outward from the Harbinger like an invisible wave of destruction. When it reached the alien ships, they simply ceased to exist, just like the first squadron. But this time, the field kept expanding. It reached far beyond the intended targets, creating a sphere of nothingness nearly 100 kilometers across. Any ship, asteroid, or space debris in that area was completely erased. General Thakmore watched in horror as 2 entire squadrons vanished without a trace. The human ship had created a zone of absolute destruction that was far larger than anything he had imagined possible. "All ships emergency retreat," he ordered. "Maximum distance from the human vessel." But even as his fleet pulled back, Thakmore realized the terrible truth. The humans hadn't built a warship. They had built something far worse. They had created a weapon that could erase entire fleets, entire star systems, maybe even entire civilizations. For the first time in his long military career, General Thakmore felt true fear. Not fear of death, but fear of complete annihilation. The humans had crossed a line that no species in galactic history had ever crossed. They had built a weapon that could end everything. On the Harbinger, Captain Cole watched the alien fleet retreat. But he knew this was just the beginning. Soon, the aliens would have to make a choice: continue their attack on Earth and risk total annihilation, or find another way to end this war. Either way, the galaxy would never be the same. The message reached Earth faster than anyone expected. Emperor Vex Thul himself was requesting immediate peace talks. Admiral Jake Morrison read the transmission 3 times before he could believe what he was seeing. "They want to surrender?" asked President Helen Davis over the secure video link. Her face showed the same disbelief that Morrison felt. "Not surrender exactly," Morrison replied. "They're offering a complete ceasefire and withdrawal from human space, full reparations for the destroyed colonies, recognition of our territorial rights, everything we asked for at the start of the war." "What's the catch?" Morrison looked at the message again. "They want us to destroy the Harbinger and all records of the Cascade technology. They're scared, Helen. Really scared." In the Oval Office, President Davis sat with her emergency council. The Secretary of Defense, the head of Colonial Affairs, and representatives from the surviving colonies all looked exhausted. The war had cost humanity millions of lives and nearly bankrupted the government. "If we accept their terms," said Secretary Chen, "we get everything back. The colonies can be rebuilt, the families can go home. We can have peace. But we give up our ultimate weapon," added Colonel Brooks from Colonial Affairs. "What happens when the next alien empire decides to test us? What happens when these same aliens change their minds in 10 years? On Luna Base, Dr. Lisa Parker was having her own crisis of conscience. The woman who had created humanity's most powerful weapon was now being asked to destroy it. She stood in her laboratory, looking at the technical specifications she had worked on for 3 years. "Dr. Parker," her assistant said quietly, "there's a transmission from the Harbinger. Captain Cole is requesting orders." Parker activated the communication system. Cole's face appeared on the screen, looking tired but determined. Behind him, she could see his bridge crew working at their stations. "Lisa, we're holding position at the edge of their fleet. They've pulled back about 50,000 kilometers, but they're still here. What are our orders?" "The President is meeting with the War Council now," Parker replied. "The aliens are offering peace terms." "What kind of terms?" "Complete withdrawal, reparations, everything we wanted. But they want us to destroy the Cascade technology. Cole was quiet for a moment. And if we refuse, then we're at war with an enemy that now knows exactly what we're capable of. They'll probably unite every species in the galaxy against us. On the Harbinger, engineer Tony Martinez was dealing with a more immediate problem. The ship's exotic matter containment was failing faster than expected. Warning lights flashed across his control panels as the Cascade generator's power core became increasingly unstable. "Captain," he called over the comm, "we need to talk. The containment system is breaking down. I estimate we have maybe one more shot before the whole ship goes critical." Captain Cole felt the weight of that information settle on his shoulders. One more shot. One chance to use humanity's ultimate weapon before it destroyed itself, and everyone aboard. "How big of a shot?" Cole asked. "If we push it to maximum power, we could take out their entire main battle group, maybe half their fleet. But the ship won't survive the activation." Cole looked around his bridge at the faces of his crew. Danny Foster at navigation, Amy Brooks at tactical, and a dozen other officers who had volunteered for what they knew might be a suicide mission. "Options?" Cole asked. "We could fire now," Amy Brooks said. "Take out as many of them as possible before they have a chance to scatter. Or we could wait," Danny Foster added. "See if the peace talks work out." Cole studied the tactical display showing the alien fleet, thousands of ships, each one capable of destroying human cities. Even if the Harbinger could eliminate half of them, the rest would still be enough to complete their mission against Earth. Meanwhile, on the alien flagship, General Thakmor was receiving new orders from Emperor Vexthol. The alien leader had made a decision that surprised even his own advisors. "You are to maintain position but take no aggressive action," the Emperor commanded. "If the humans reject our peace offer, you are to retreat immediately to the outer systems." "My lord," Thakmor protested, "we still outnumber them thousands to one. Surely we can find a way to destroy their weapon ship." "General, that weapon ship has already erased nearly 40 of our vessels without leaving so much as a molecule behind. Our bioships cannot regenerate from complete non-existence. If we continue this war, we risk losing everything. But my lord, if we retreat now, other species will see it as weakness. Better to be seen as weak than to be completely destroyed," the Emperor replied. "The humans have shown us something new, General. They have built a weapon that doesn't just kill enemies, it erases them from reality itself. That is not a power we can fight against." Back on Earth, the debate was reaching its climax. President Davis had listened to arguments from all sides, but the decision ultimately came down to a simple question. What kind of species did humanity want to be? "If we keep the weapon," she said to her advisors, "we become the galaxy's executioner. Every species will fear us and eventually they'll all unite to destroy us. But if we give it up," Secretary Chen replied, "we go back to being vulnerable. The next enemy might not be so willing to negotiate." Dr. Parker's voice came through the speakers as she joined the conference call. "There's something else to consider. The Cascade technology is too dangerous to exist. Even I'm scared of what I created. A weapon that can erase matter itself shouldn't exist in anyone's hands, including ours." Admiral Morrison looked at the tactical reports from the Mars Defense Grid. "The alien fleet is still out there. They haven't moved since our last demonstration, but they haven't left either. Captain Cole is waiting for orders." President Davis made her decision. "Get me a direct line to the Harbinger. I want to speak with Captain Cole personally." The connection was established, and Cole's face appeared on the main screen in the Oval Office. He looked exactly like what he was, a man carrying the power to end civilizations. "Captain Cole," the president began, "you and your crew have done something incredible. You've given humanity a victory that seemed impossible just days ago." "Thank you, ma'am. What are our orders?" "The aliens are offering peace. Complete withdrawal, reparations, everything we fought for. But they want us to destroy the Cascade technology." Cole nodded slowly. "And if we refuse? Then we become the most feared species in the galaxy. Every alien civilization will see us as a threat to their very existence. We'll be alone against everyone. Cole looked around his bridge at his crew. These people had volunteered to die for humanity's survival. Now they were being asked to make an even harder choice, to give up the ultimate power they had fought so hard to achieve. "Ma'am," Cole said finally, "we have enough power for one more activation before the ship is destroyed. What would you like us to do with it?" President Davis took a deep breath. The next words she spoke would determine humanity's place in the galaxy for generations to come. "Captain Cole, I want you to demonstrate our power one more time, but not against their fleet." President Davis looked directly at Captain Cole through the video link. "Captain, I want you to target the Kepler system. It's been dead since the aliens destroyed our colony there. Show them what complete destruction looks like, then destroy the weapon." Cole understood immediately. Kepler was an empty system now, nothing but dead planets and broken space stations. Using the cascade generator, there would demonstrate the weapon's ultimate power without killing anyone. It would be a warning and a promise rolled into one. "Understood, ma'am. We'll set course for Kepler immediately." "Captain," the president added, "you and your crew have served humanity with honor. Whatever happens next, know that your sacrifice saved our species." The communication ended, and Cole turned to his crew. They had all heard the orders. Danny Foster was already plotting a course to the Kepler system, while Amy Brooks prepared the cascade generator for its final activation. "How long to reach Kepler?" Cole asked. 6 hours at maximum speed, Danny replied. "But sir, the alien fleet is following us. They want to see what we're going to do." Cole smiled grimly. "Good. Let them watch." In the engine room, Tony Martinez worked frantically to keep the exotic matter containment stable. The system was failing faster now, with warning alarms sounding every few minutes. Cracks were forming in the containment chamber walls, and the readings showed increasing instability. "Sam," he called to Petty Officer Kelly, "help me reinforce the primary containment field. We need to hold together for 6 more hours." "Is that even possible?" Kelly asked, looking at the damage readings. "It has to be. The whole human race is counting on us making it to Kepler." Behind them, the alien fleet followed at a safe distance. General Thakmor had received specific orders from Emperor Vexthul to observe whatever the humans were planning. The entire Zephyrian High Council was watching through long-range sensors, trying to understand what humanity intended to do next. "Sir," reported Tactical Officer Vexhai, "the human ship is heading toward the Kepler system. That's where they had a colony before we destroyed it." "Are they planning to attack our forces there?" Thakmor asked. "There are no Zephyrian forces in Kepler, sir. We destroyed everything and left. The system is completely dead." Thakmor felt a chill run through his crystalline body. If the humans weren't planning to attack Zephyrian forces, then what were they going to do in an empty star system? The Harbinger reached Kepler 6 hours later, with the alien fleet maintaining a careful distance. Cole looked at the main screen showing the dead system. 3 planets orbited a yellow sun, their surfaces blackened and lifeless. The orbital stations were twisted wreckage, and the asteroid mining facilities were nothing but debris. "This is where it started," Amy Brooks said quietly. "Kepler colony was one of the first places they hit." Cole nodded. "And now it's where we end it." "Tony, status on the cascade generator?" Martinez's voice came over the comm, strained with effort. "Containment is critical, Captain. I can give you 1 activation, but the ship won't survive it. The exotic matter will breach containment within minutes of firing." "Understood. All hands, prepare for final activation." Cole opened a channel to the alien fleet. "General Thakmor, this is Captain Cole of the UES Harbinger. You wanted to see what our weapon can do. Watch carefully." The cascade generator powered up for the last time, drawing energy from every system on the ship. The lights dimmed as all available power flowed into the exotic matter containment system. Warning alarms screamed throughout the Harbinger as the weapon reached maximum charge. "Field is ready, Captain," Amy Brooks reported. "Target locked on the entire Kepler system." Cole took a deep breath. "Fire!" The cascade field expanded outward from the Harbinger like an invisible wave of destruction. It reached the first planet in seconds, and the world simply ceased to exist. Not destroyed, not broken apart, but completely erased as if it had never been there at all. The field continued expanding, reaching the second planet, then the third. The star itself began to flicker as the cascade field disrupted the nuclear forces holding it together. Within minutes, the entire Kepler system had been erased from existence, leaving only a perfect sphere of nothingness in space. General Thakmor watched in absolute horror as an entire star system was deleted from reality. His sensors showed nothing where Kepler had been. No debris, no radiation, no trace that billions of years of stellar evolution had ever taken place. "By the ancient gods," he whispered, "they can destroy entire star systems." On the Harbinger, warning lights flashed red as the exotic matter containment finally failed. Tony Martinez and his team worked desperately to contain the breach, but it was too late. The cascade generator had used up all its power in the final demonstration. "Captain," Martinez called over the comm, "containment is gone. The exotic matter is dispersing harmlessly, but the weapon is completely dead. We couldn't fire it again even if we wanted to." Cole felt a strange sense of relief. The most powerful weapon in human history was finally destroyed, taking its terrible secrets with it. "All hands, prepare to abandon ship. The Harbinger has served its purpose." But as the crew prepared to evacuate, Danny Foster noticed something on his sensors. "Captain, we're receiving a transmission from the alien fleet." The main screen activated, showing General Thakmor's face. The alien commander looked shaken, his usual confidence completely gone. "Captain Cole," Thakmor said, "I have been authorized by Emperor Vexthul to offer the immediate and unconditional surrender of all Zephyrian forces. We will withdraw from human space immediately and provide full reparations for all damage caused." "And in return?" Cole asked. "We ask only that humanity never build such a weapon again. What you have shown us today, it is beyond war. It is the power to end existence itself." Cole looked around his bridge at his crew. They had done it. They had saved Earth and all of humanity without becoming monsters themselves. The weapon was gone, but its message would echo through the galaxy forever. "General, you have a deal. Humanity accepts your surrender." Years later, historians would call it the shortest war in galactic history. 3 days of fighting that ended with humanity demonstrating a power so terrible that no species would ever dare attack them again. The empty space where Kepler had been became a pilgrimage site, a reminder that some weapons were too powerful to use. Dr. Lisa Parker destroyed all her research on cascade technology, ensuring that no one could ever rebuild the weapon. The Harbinger's crew was rescued by Admiral Morrison's fleet and returned to Earth as heroes. Captain Cole retired to a small farm on Earth, where he grew vegetables and never spoke of the war. When reporters asked him about commanding humanity's ultimate weapon, he would only say that some victories came at too high a price to celebrate. The Zephyrian Empire became humanity's first alien ally, bound together by the shared knowledge of what absolute power looked like. Other species approached Earth with respect rather than aggression, understanding that humanity had chosen restraint over domination. And in the empty void where Kepler once existed, space itself remembered the day when humans proved they could end everything and chose not to.